We are here to consider a bill that was not shared with Democratic members of the subcommittee until late last Friday, and it proposes to reauthorize all Department of Energy research and development programs. That means we are asked to make tough decisions about how billions of taxpayer dollars are being spent with just 3 business days to read through the bill. And the other side routinely points out that under the Affordable Care Act there was not enough time to read the bill before it was passed, but their path today proposes to do just that. And so, Madam Chair, we have worked together on a number of different bills, but I think today's action defies the history of us working together. And I wanted to go through some specifics as to what I am talking about. And the first relates to process. Yesterday, it was fitting that we talked about dark matter because dark matter is subatomic particles which emit no light and cannot be directly observed, and I think that describes the markup process that the majority has embarked on today. No light, can't be observed. The way to do this is to learn as much as we can, to hold legislative hearings, but looking back at the hearing record, we haven't even come close to performing our due diligence with this regard. We held one hearing on the DOE budget back in April, during which we did not even discuss most or more of the problematic matters that now appear in this bill text. Further, we have only held a few other hearings in this Congress that touched on even small parts of what we are considering today. These do not include a single hearing focused on the R&D programs carried out by the Offices of Nuclear Energy, Electricity, Energy Efficiency, and Renewable Energy, or ARPA-E. Such a paltry hearing record in no way can be considered comprehensive oversight of the Department, and certainly not enough oversight to inform the sweeping legislation in front of us today. In addition, we have seemed to abandon regular order. Not only was no draft bill provided to my Democratic colleagues and I that would have at least given us an opportunity to make suggestions as to how to make this bipartisan, we haven't had, as I pointed out earlier, a legislative hearing. I don't think this is a sustainable way for this subcommittee to operate. I also want to insert into the record a 50-year history under which both Democratic and Republican leadership have worked together on this committee and subcommittee in this process. My staff looked over the last 20 years, and in each Congress since then they found that major pieces of energy legislation had all been passed by the committee with strong bipartisan support. Again, this defies that history, and I would ask that be submitted into the record without objection. The second and no less important problem is the substance of the bill. Despite only being given a copy of it a few days ago, I have attempted to analyze it and see a few provisions that I can support. However, there are a number of seriously troubling parts in this bill. The budget for EERE, Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, is decimated. The Office of Science's biological and environmental research funding levels are slashed, and ARPA-E funding is cut. Burdensome limitations are placed on what research DOE can fund and are imposed that are clearly based on ideological considerations. Basically, there are provisions in here that say what we learn through DOE research we cannot use in environmental regulations. Essentially, hear no evil, see no evil. Furthermore, this bill includes particularly objectionable language barring the results of DOE-funded R&D activity from being used for regulatory assessments or determination by Federal regulatory authorities. This would essentially ban the EPA or FERC from using the most up-to-date research results when they set rules to protect our air, land, and water and prevent health hazards. This is just a brief overview of what I believe is wrong. I expect that my colleagues and I will highlight more of our concerns today and during the full committee's markup. So in closing, I am disappointed that the majority chose not to approach me or considered working together to come up with legislation, rather dropping this in the cover of darkness on a Friday afternoon during a recess week, and then refused multiple reasonable requests to delay this hearing so that we could work together in a bipartisan way. Both of my objections are based on process and substance, and I strongly oppose this legislation and urge my colleagues to do the same. And with that, I yield back the balance of my time. And I ask that the Democratic Committee staff research major energy legislation from the 103rd Congress to the 112th be entered into the record.